Welcome back, friends. This video is all about Google Slides and some tools and tips that you're going to want to know how to utilize. The first one is going to go into backgrounds and slides. We're going to cover answer boxes. If you don't know what those are, your mind's about to get blown. How to insert placeholders for students in slides. The live caption feature that you definitely don't want to miss out on. How do you publish to the web? And we're going to talk about collaboration using slides to have your students collaborate with each other. Let's jump back into that companion document. This companion document is your guide as you work, and everything is hyperlinked for you here that you need. Remember to take your notes in this row and then come back for the next video so we can talk about ideas for class presentation. Now, how do you do backgrounds in slides? Remember to make a new slide. You can just use slide.new and it opens a brand new slide for you, or you can access slides through your Google Drive by clicking on your Drive triangle, hitting new, and going to your slides. Whichever way you want to get to slides, go ahead and open one yourself so you can play along. The first one is going to be about adding backgrounds to your slide. I love to design in Canva. That's where I've made these videos. That's where I made a lot of my graphics and designs. And in Canva, you can really customize things. We'll just go ahead and use the slide that I built for this training. When you build a design in Canva, and if you want more on that, get with your ITS. We can show you all the things in Canva. You're going to hit share and go to download. Once you get to download, you're going to download it as an image file, which is a JPEG or a PNG. Both of these are picture files. So really, any image file will do. You can replace the background of a slide with any kind of an image file. Let me go to the slide that I opened, and let's take a look at how I would do this. What happens when you open a slide is you have all these themes. I like to X those out. I also like to clear my layout. So I'm going to go to layout, and I want a blank layout. Now, I think it's also important to note that you have a lot of options. I'm just going to show you a few, okay? When you go to change background, you can change the background of the color of the slide, or you can choose an image. These are all the places that'll grab images from. I just put one on my computer, so I'm going to browse it. I'm going to grab it by double clicking. And now it's going to inset the image as the background. What's really neat about that is that students can't move it around or change it. When you're setting it as a background, you're locking the image down. So that's a really cool benefit of adding a background. You might create a graphic organizer and lock it down as a background so students cannot move things around. Now, what are we talking about with answer boxes? Let's go ahead and add a new slide. You can add with the plus sign here, or you can right click and hit the new slide. When you add new slides, they have some different layouts. And these layouts, what's really neat is when you are actually writing in it, do you see how it has the click to add text, but then when you start typing, it goes away? And then when you write a bunch, the actual words don't make the box change. The box kind of stays there. These are really important. When you're building activities, you want students to write in a space in the slide. And so what you will want to do is use the layout options. And so these, don't just delete them. I mean, I do when I'm replacing backgrounds, but if you actually want students to write, these are the boxes that you're going to want. These answer boxes are great because when they write in them, it takes away the click to add text tip, but it has the tip for students. And so that's really neat. And I think also underutilized, it locks them down into that space. And so the text will kind of shrink to fit in this space. So that's really important with these answer boxes. And I'll show you what that looks like in an activity in the next video. Placeholders are really cool. You would come over here to view and choose theme builder. This is kind of like what's happening in the background there. The selected text or the selected slide that you're on is the same slide that you're on. So you don't see all this stuff happening in the background, but it is happening there. And you can actually insert some placeholders. A placeholder can be found under insert, and then you scroll down until you see placeholder. You have a couple of placeholder options. You have text placeholders and an image placeholder. Let's go ahead and try the oval image. Where you put it here on the screen, you'll see it on the next slide. Let me duplicate that. To duplicate is a faster way than copying and pasting, and it's hitting Control and D, and it copy and pastes in like one step. So that's a great time-saving tip. Let's say I wanted my students to do some sort of a gallery and they're going to replace these with images. It kind of forces them to work within a space. I'm just going to hit this little X here, and then you will see how I just kind of edited that. And if I added a new slide, it's going to have that same default in the background because I just kind of changed that in the master template. And then what's cool is students can go here and they can replace the image with a GIF or a sticker. Let's go back to my beach vibes. Let's put this on. So they would replace right there with any image or GIF that they have, and it kind of stays in that shape. Now they could resize these, to be honest, but it really helps kind of build that graphic organizer for kids that we love so much as teachers. So they can also replace the image if they don't like that one. They just right click and they can replace the image with a whole different one. So they're easy to insert images and replace them and hold them as placeholders. So I can delete the text boxes if I want. I can even delete the image. It's not going to mess anything up. But if you wanted to utilize that same template for multiple slides, then you would add those to the actual like master theme of the slide. Kind of a pro tip, but I think everybody can use that. What else is cool in Google Slides, when you go to Slideshow to present, you actually have a feature for live captions. It's over here under these three vertical dots, and you would go to captions and you would toggle on your captions. Give it a second and you'll notice how your captions are happening at the top of your screen. You can alter those to the bottom, but having them at the top is easier for people to view. And how great is that for students that might be hearing impaired, or you just want them to read your words as you're saying them for literacy practice? It's really cool. I think the kids will have a great time watching you doing that. And then when they get up to present, doing this themselves. This is the live captions tool available in Google Slides. Pretty neat. Another feature we have here in Slides is the ability to publish to the web. So you can present a slide and advance it just like you're giving a presentation. But if you're going to publish something to the web, it makes it feel more like a website. It has that interactivity, but people can't break down into these slides and edit things. So really think about the user experience. If you're making something in slides you want students to interact with, like these frames, well, then you wouldn't publish it to the web. You would just send them a copy and let them work on the assignment. But if you're doing something that you want published to the web and you don't want them to go into each slide, maybe an intervention board or a choice board that's all ready to go, then you would actually come over here to File, and under the Share button, you would choose Publish to the Web. You have options here if you want your slides to advance or not, if you want the slideshow to start as soon as possible or restart. I'm just going to leave it as it is and I'm going to hit Publish. What it does is it now gives me a new link. So whoever I send this link to, this is what they're going to see. They're going to see my presentation, but they can't actually see the slides on the side to edit. They're just viewing the presentation. There's no interactivity there. So thinking about how you want people to respond to this and making it that way. So if I had these hyperlinked, let me go back here and show you that. Let's say I hyperlinked something to my images. And again, to link, you would grab the link here or right click and get the link. And I can type in any website. I'm going to go to wevideo.com and just add that link right there. And so then when I go to publish to the web and I'm on that slide, they can click it. See how the arrow turns into a hand so you know it's clickable? And they're going where I told them to go. So they're not in any edit mode. They're just interacting with it as it's published. So that is published to the web in Slides. Another thing that you guys should definitely be doing with students to really level up your technology is let them collaborate. I know how scary it is to let students collaborate on a doc. There are ways that you can design this as a teacher where you're kind of controlling it all. And so, really getting with your ITS, we can help you set this up and even do collaborative Google assignments through Canvas. So, you're in control. You can watch all the students as they're interacting and really have that oversight, right? But letting students collaborate is important. It really levels up instruction and makes learning more relevant for students. And you could just add, they could get a slide and share together. But you might also consider sharing with your whole class. When you want to do something and you're going to let everyone share it, you have to give it a name. I'm just going to call this one the demo untitled presentation. And then I would actually share the link with all Rockwell people and let them edit. So if I did this, everybody with this link can edit on the same slide. Now, as a teacher, you would put structures in place of how you would do this with students. And we are experts in this. We can help you with this. We love doing this kind of stuff. And then letting the students work on it. You have a revision history option. So this little clock will show you when edits were made, and then you can see who made those edits. It's not perfect, but it is something. You can even restore a slide to an earlier version. Sometimes I would do collaborative slides. In first period, did the activity, and then I reset it for second period and kind of wiped everyone's responses. So those are great features you have in slides. Letting kids collaborate. They can add comments. They can write to each other. Here's the comment feature. They can tag their teammate. I'm going to tag my son. They can assign things to each other. All kinds of really cool features there, letting them peer review in slides. I hope that you are excited about these ideas. Now grab the video where you can see actual ideas of classroom ready material of how these things can work in slides.